You step onto campus on a hot afternoon. The air feels surprisingly calm. Students walk in pairs on paved paths, the green grass neatly trimmed. It almost looks safe, yet you know darkness looms. Whispered legends hang in the air, secret confraternities, silent gangs that stalk the night. By dusk, empty lecture halls and quiet hostels will hide a deadly game. You recall the grim stats. In the last decade, at least 250 people have been killed in cult wars on Nigerian campuses. A chill runs down your spine. On your first night, you share a quick meal in the mess hall. You overhear senior students bragging, "We run this place." They have skull and bones tattoos, teeth sharpened like cane blades. Your heart pounds. The campus looks almost serene now, but someone out there is plotting. You force a laugh and keep your head down. In Nigeria, cult rivalry has turned universities into battlefields. You feel eyes on you, waiting to see if you belong. Someone taps your shoulder. A tall young man named Obi stands grinning in a red bandana. He's friendly, too friendly. "Haven't seen you before," he says. He knows your name. Instinctively, you stiffen. Within hours, he's sitting next to you by a mango tree. You tell yourself he's just reaching out. He invites you to a welcome gathering. When night falls, you sneak out for it. Inside a hidden room behind the library, juju smoke thickens the air. Obi's friends, men with fierce eyes and leather jackets, circle around. They smirk and clap as you enter. You try to stay calm. Obi hands you a small cup of palm wine and presses it to your lips. "Drink," he orders. You remember what they say about initiations, beatings, oaths sealed with blood. Your hand shakes. You hesitantly sip. Your throat burns. "What am I doing?" They ask you questions. Which cult do you know of? You stammer names: Black Axe, AA, Vikings. Obi smiles. He's in the Black Axe confraternity. Suddenly it's not a game. In Nigerian cults, new members endure tests of pain and obedience. You are grabbed. Pain explodes. Someone smashes a door handle into the palm of your hand, then kicks your ribs. You grit your teeth. Obi watches coldly as you fall. When you lift your head, they pour more wine into your cup. Blood oath. Obi pricks his finger and drops a smear of blood in it. You're forced to cut your own palm. Swallow it. The metal taste lingers on your tongue. Tears sting your eyes, but you stand still. They almost have you. One by one, they chant your new cult name. Ekine Blade. It feels like a brand burned into your soul. You mutter the pledge, "Against all conventions," the old motto. This is how cults started historically, on campuses with grand ideals. But by now, it feels anything but noble. You recall a research report that initiations often include severe beatings and forced rituals. 3. You just lived it. Every bruise on your body is the cult's welcome gift. You learn a handshake saturated in fear. Revealing this night's events outside means death. "Loose lips sink ships," Obi murmurs. You realize Obi and his crew now own a piece of you. Each drop of blood cements your silence. By dawn, you stagger home bruised and breathless. Your conscience screams to run, to escape. But back in your dorm, you empty your pockets. Paper currency. A sudden glow of status. The Black Axe guys slipped you some naira, power and money. That's why cults thrive in campuses across Nigeria. You nod. For now, you'll stay silent. You are in this deep. Weeks later, you see her. Adara, a computer science sophomore with warm eyes and a shy smile, studying under a mango tree. She's it, smart, beautiful, and completely out of your reach. But tonight, fate feels different. Maybe it's the adrenaline still coursing from initiation, or maybe it's the shimmering campus lights. You approach. As you sit down, your fellow cultist Femi intercepts her. He is your friend, your brother in arms, until tonight. He is tall, swaggering, and obsessed with Adara too. You watch them argue softly. He laughs too loud at her jokes. Adara's cheeks flush under his attention. You feel a cold knot in your gut, the first spark of jealousy. Later, Femi corners you in the courtyard. "We'll see who she chooses," He snarls. The night air is thick. Suddenly, another cult member chimes in. You think she's a prize? Tensions snap. It's not just you and Femi now, both of you stand for Black Axe's honour. In Nigeria, cults often turn personal matters deadly. You recall reading that cults have even killed for stealing a girlfriend. A fist flies, you duck. The scuffle grows, shouts erupt. Around you, Black Axe members and a rival group, the IA Airlords, pour out of shadows. This courtyard morphs into a boxing ring under floodlights, just like a brutal sports arena. Adrenaline surges. Every movement is slow and vivid. The clash of machetes, the spray of sweat, your friend Akeni screaming, "No turning back!" You fight. During a brief pause, Adaora appears at the edge of the chaos, eyes wide, terrified. For a moment the crowd fades. It's just her, just you. She mouths, "Get out of here!" She knows this fight is your verdict, but loyalty and adrenaline bind you. You stay. The next moment, a deafening sound, gunfire. It's confusing. One of the airlords fired into the air. Chaos ensues. In the chaos, Ali, your closest cult brother, crumples to the ground from a gunshot. Warm blood blooms on his shirt. Adaora screams, "No." You rush to Ali, but he's gone. Eyes staring lifelessly upward. Heat, fear, anger, it all mixes. Tragedy. Ali was just like you, a student hoping for security, now just another corpse. You scream and rally your side. The courtyard becomes a war zone. You lose sight of Adaora. The last thing you remember is Adaora's face, helpless in the chaos, before she vanishes into the night. You hear sirens now, but it's too late. The battle has moved beyond campus. 2 weeks later, they lure you out. A peace meeting with Aya deep in the nearby woods at an old shrine. You know it's a trap, but you have no choice. You have to go. For Ali, for Adaora, for pride. Night drips like molasses in the forest. Crickets scream. You walk through narrow dirt paths lined by thick trees. The only light comes from lamplight and the moon. Heart pounding, you grip the carved stick your cult leaders gave you, wondering if you'll still be alive by sunrise. Suddenly, headlights blaze behind you. A convoy of motorcycles screeches to a halt. Masks cover every face. Not yours. Their faces are blank. A voice echoes that Black Axe dogs come out and die. Within seconds, you're surrounded. Like prey. The ground feels wrong under your feet. Branches snap as knives are drawn. Bullets zing overhead, ricocheting off trees. You feel a firebrand sear your arm. A flame from a burning tire rocket from the darkness, illuminating dozens of armed eyes. There's no dramatic slow-motion escape. No last word. Pain erupts in your shoulder from a gunshot. You stumble, clutching blood-soaked cloth. Everything is chaos, noise, red glare in the night. In a split second, a figure bursts through the flames. An AA cultist bearing down on you. You barely have time to raise an arm. Then nothing but silence and blackness. That is the end of your story. You never make it out alive. All that remains is the whisper of wind through the trees and the distant wail of sirens approaching too late.